breast biopsy. About 3 days later, I get a call from the radiologist who, from what I capture, says, you have invasive ductal carcinoma. You have breast cancer. That was about it. And he said, we need to put in a referral to a surgical oncologist. Who would you like to see? I'd kind of heard some things, good things about Heidi Richardson. She's with Multicare, the company that I work with. And I used to work at Plastic Surgery Northwest, so I had heard her name before too. So I was like, Heidi Richardson, put it into her. Okay. So luckily my husband David was home at the time, and I told him, and we cried for a little bit, and then we cleaned. We continued. I was cleaning the house. We swept them off the floors and just went about our day, whatever. There is no news that compares to the news of losing your mom, at least in my case. So it is what it is, like breast cancer, whatever. So you have cancer, meet with this lady, went and met with Heidi Richardson. Her nurse was awesome. To me, the appointment felt very rushed. She seemed to be in a hurry. She maybe spent 15 minutes with us and was kind of just like, lumpectomy, radiation, you'll need this, and then mastectomy, this and this. And then there's still just a lot of unknowns at this time too, what is my genetics saying, the genetic testing, which is a blood draw, which I needed to do. And then are my lymph nodes involved? She wants to order an MRI to tell that, and then give us a little bit more information about that. Hone it in. An MRI is awesome, right? So it's invasive ductal carcinoma. I'm ER/PR positive, so that's estrogen and progesterone positive. So in a way, you could say that the estrogen as a woman from her ovaries that we're making, which I only have one, by the way, is kind of feeding that cancer. I will require a medication. It's not a toxic chemo pill. It's a hormone pill called tamoxifen that will suppress the estrogen that my body makes, kind of putting me into premenopause, a bunch of gnarly side effects, hot flashes, mood swings, GI distress, fatigue, blah, 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 for 5 to 10 years. Okay, and then I was HER2 negative, which was good. It means that depending on good, it can be good or bad. If chemo is needed, it limits the different types of drugs that they could use and could give me. But it's also good. I don't know. I can't remember. I just remember that. So she orders the MRI. I am claustrophobic, by the way. I'm like, yep, you're gonna have to knock me out. You order some Ativan. I do the genetic testing. It's a blood draw. I still do not have the results to this day. It's been about 3 weeks-ish. So I'm anticipating those back hopefully Friday or the following Monday. Did the MRI, and it came back super inconclusive, these weird results. It said all those big fancy words, non-mass enhancement something or other. So basically it told us nothing about the breast. We see this mass at 2.6 centimeters at the 4 o'clock position, 3.2 centimeters from the nipple, blah, 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 blah. None of that. But I'm young. I'm 34. My breast tissue is very dense, and they just don't know. So what's in there? Is it cancer? Is it normal? I don't know. Just a bunch going on. But what it did pick up is a lymph node. Oh, we see a lymph node on your MRI. Let's do an ultrasound of it. Okay, so let's schedule an ultrasound. All right, we schedule an ultrasound. Oh, yep, it still looks suspicious. Okay, let's do a biopsy. Left axillary biopsy. So I'm still, I just had that yesterday. I can show you in here. There's my armpit. I went ahead and took the tegaderm off. They had some gauze on there, and it was just kind of uncomfortable. So that's where we're at right now. Waiting for the pathology from the axillary lymph node biopsy report to come back. I also met with a plastic surgeon. And here's the plan. I'm currently scheduled for surgery next Tuesday, January the 12th, first case in the morning, for bilateral mastectomies with tissue expanders. So the tissue expanders are kind of like an implant. It'll initially just be filled with a little bit of air, and then I'll have to go in every couple of weeks for them to fill it up with some saline, but I'm not going to have any sensation to that skin, so it should be pretty painful or painless. They then compare it after you stretching the skin to kind of like a sore muscle for a couple days. I'm at 10 minutes. I better start over.